Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been way too long. I intended to record a vlog for this past weekend, but I forgot my camera in my backpack when I went over to the show venue on Saturday for the Ben Weider. So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on in Fit Model, what I'm seeing, and then let's talk about the Ben Weider and natural bodybuilding as a whole, because that was a really interesting show, and I think it says a lot about what's going on in the bodybuilding world and the trends that are to come in the next few months and years. So let's talk about Fit Model first. Obviously, we are just wrapping up the first full year and full season that we have had Fit Model in the NPC. And it's a lot of times weird to talk about this because obviously this is what bikini used to be, but this is the first year of Fit Model as it's called Fit Model, and since it's been rebranded and brought back. So the biggest thing this division has blown up. I think a lot of people didn't expect this for a few more years, but the numbers in open Fit Model at the Ben Weider were huge. Your A class, I think there was about 8 to 10 girls. B class, I think it was 22 was the head count. C was additionally 18 to 20, and then class D, I think, was about 8. So what that sets us at maybe 40, 50, really big turnout. I mean, kind of shocking on the numbers and the size. So looking at prejudging, it was really interesting watching the judges go through the judging, because you could tell at the table, since there was a lot of different body types and structures, that the judges were moving people around a lot because they didn't want to get it wrong. So prejudging Fit Model was probably one of the longest divisions by the length of the judging because of judges moving people back and forth, not sheer numbers. Bikini was massive. We'll get into that. But for Fit Model, what I noticed is it appeared that the judges were going back and forth on the amount of muscularity and condition that they were looking to award in Fit Model at this show. Because for certain classes, you had girls with more fullness in the legs, but maybe a little softer. And then you had some girls that were a bit thinner and harder. It was very interesting to watch. So seeing them go class by class, they really didn't have distinct comparative people to each other across the classes. There were some classes that were more thin across the board. There were some that were more full and muscular. So it really just depended upon the look of the individual and the class that they were in. And what I would say the biggest takeaway is bring the best Fit Model look for your body. I think trying to designate it as one thing or another is not going to work, because I know a lot of the feedback ladies have gotten throughout the year has been fuller legs, fuller legs. There are multiple of the ladies that did extremely well at the Ben Weider that were on the thinner side. It worked with their body, but they did not have a lot of fullness or muscularity to their quads or legs. So I think the takeaway is you have to guide your Fit Model physique towards what fits your shape and structure. So I highly implore you to go through the NPC News website and look through the winners and find someone with your similar body shape and structure. It's possible. You just are going to have to look and find someone that you can comparatively relate to and say, okay, that's what they rewarded for my structure. That's what I need to aim to. Because I think trying to pin it one way or the other is not going to be the best route. I don't think it's across the board. You need this much leg, this much glute. I think, yes, a nice, full, healthy physique is what you want to aim for, but I think trying to put a strict label on it for Fit Model as it stands at this point is not really how it's looking like at the moment. And talking about that with the posing. Everyone poses the front pose a little differently, and they should. Depending on your structure, your shape, your muscularity, that's going to affect how you hit that pose. Get used to holding your pose. I will say for Class B, Open Class B and Fit Model, they were up there over 20 minutes. It was a long prejudging. I normally haven't seen an amateur competition where it's really gone past, 8 to 10 minutes at most. And a lot of those ladies were, really struggling and fighting with that pose. I know it's hard to prepare to hold that front pose for that long. but really at least drill it to an extent so that you can hold up, because it was hard on some of the ladies to really maintain that posture and that twist the entire time. So just making sure your presentation is up there, because some people were really hard to look away from because of the confidence and how they presented themselves versus others that you could tell they just weren't comfortable enough yet in that pose because it's difficult and it might be a bit newer to them. So it was fun, super exciting. I had 3 clients in the show. They all did amazing. They all, brought their best. I had one lady switch from bikini to fit model. And then I had one in bikini and another one in fit model. So really happy with that. It was a fun time. It was a very busy show day. The show went a bit long. I think that they were just not prepared for that number of competitors. Honestly, I know Gary Udit shows and how they're run. There was over 200 bikini competitors at the Ben Weider this year. What this tells me, given the numbers that we've seen in the past few years at national level shows dropping, girls still want to bodybuild. I think a lot are intimidated by the muscularity and leanness that are in a lot of the open pro qualifiers. And to see this many ladies, especially in bikini, come back was, really impressive and kind of crazy. And it makes me really hopeful for the future, because this shows that there are a lot of people that still want to bodybuild. They just want to choose the natural route because that aligns with their life, their values, etc. So I think that the natural side of the NPC is really, really growing. Pittsburgh had a good number of competitors, but the Ben Weider, I was really amazed at the number and quality of these ladies that showed up. I can't stress that enough. I've not seen numbers like this since, about 2019. Even the show I went to 3 weeks ago at the Cincinnati, that was a big show. A lot of us have not seen numbers like that in over 5 years. So to see this revival coming back, and especially on the natural side of the sport, is super enlightening and endearing. And I just am seeing it continue to grow and grow and grow and grow on that side there. And on that, even Gary Udit, the promoter, clearly noticed it, because they have now officially added a 3rd day for the Ben Weider next year. And I think what the most telling thing of that is they put fit model on the men's day. So they moved the pros to Sunday. They have the rest of the women on Friday, but fit model, they moved with the men's on Saturday, because the men's show was super, super efficient, super quick on Saturday this year. So they see the need to move fit model because of the number of competitors, which really says a lot that this division has grown and is going to continue to grow in popularity because of what ladies see be rewarded for it. And the fact that this is a more quickly attainable physique, and it works with a lot of people's lifestyles where, they might not have all of that time and energy to commit to nonstop 100% what it takes to put on the bikini level of muscularity and leanness. Fit model is a nice in between. So I really see that as a huge indicator of what the organization and everyone involved sees happening in not only the natural leagues, but across the board in the NPC, and fit model really, really, really growing. So that's just some of my takeaways, what I really noticed from the weekend. The thing with fit model, you just have to bring your best and see where you compare, get your feedback and improve. I think that's the biggest thing with this division is you have to keep showing up, bring your physique at your best, and adapt it for what the judges want to see from you. As we've said with bikini for years, some people need to be leaner in bikini, some need to be more muscular, some get away with being softer. You have to find what's right for your body on that stage in the division you're in. So I think that's the biggest thing to keep in mind with the ladies that are looking into fit model or wanting to switch into it. It's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to get more and more streamlined as we go through. But for now, that's what I see in it. So I just want to get this out there quickly because I know there is a lot of talk with the Ben Weider. It was a huge turnout, awesome show, awesome quality of competitors. So I hope that helps give a little more clarity on what I saw being there in person. And I will talk with you guys later.